first up today, the new production at the Milwaukee Rep Repertory Theater is called Grounded. It is about a female fighter pilot who gets grounded after she becomes pregnant. Even though the circumstances are unique, it is a story that many people will relate to, especially moms who are trying to balance work and family.
Yeah, we are joined by the star of the one-woman show, Jessie Fisher, and the rave reviews are rolling in. The Milwaukee Journal Sentinel called Grounded extraordinarily unique and a very, very American story. And New York Magazine says it's top-notch, a thrilling portrait of future war. Welcome to the Morning Blend.
Thanks for having me.
Great reviews.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks. It's nice.
The critics like it. Yeah.
All right.
Relief.
There's a lot of pressure to be in a one-woman show.
Yes, it's all on me.
Amazing credits. You've been on Broadway.
That's
you
right.
were in Once on Broadway.
That's correct,
But
yeah.
how do you feel doing a one-woman show like that?
It's much more stressful than being on Broadway.
Really?
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, if you have a bunch of people on stage with you, it takes, you can mess up to a certain degree and have people look out for you, but it's just you up there. But it's so exciting. It's really nice.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it must be hard, though, to not have anybody to play off of. Like, I think even when we chat on the show at the beginning, at the top of the show, if I was just doing all of that myself, you got to laugh then at your own jokes or, whatever.
Is normal
For me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you have no one to play off of.
Yeah, well, the audience kind of becomes my scene partner, which is great, and it's in a really lovely way. It's not in a way to make the audience feel uncomfortable, but it's a really nice experience. It's great to connect with them.
Have you ever just blanked out?
Yes.
You have?
Yes, but luckily just in rehearsals. But we were doing kind of a final rehearsal. I was like, I got this, I'm fine, and then gone. And I just had to breathe for a second.
I still have dreams about forgetting scripts from high school, from plays that I was in, so I can't imagine a one-woman show, the fear that would go with that. But I think the storyline, I mean, clearly the reviews have talked about the storyline and how powerful it is for women and vets as well.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what you like about the theme and the story of this show.
Yeah. I think it's something we can all relate to, which is that idea of who we are when we're with our family and who we are when we're at work and when we're asked to kind of blend those two things. It's a great play that asks us about who you are and when that's challenged.
And what happens is that you become pregnant, so then you can't fly as a fighter pilot, but what they have you do is fly drones, right? And is that boring to you? Is that, what does your character go through because that happens?
Yeah, it's the whole journey of at first it feels very mundane and very boring, and then the adrenaline kicks in, and then there's the question of, is this battle, is this war, is this combat? If I'm in a chair in a trailer and it's really happening on the ground somewhere.
Yeah. I think anytime you're dealing with themes of war, it can get really intense, but there is a lot of humor in the show as well.
Yeah. I think because you're experiencing it through this one person's life, she's a big character, she's got a great sense of humor, she really welcomes you into the way she talks and the way her brain works. So yeah, there's a lot of surprising levity in it.
Yeah.
What's the hardest scene for you to pull off in the show?
Ooh.
Do you have to cry ever?
It gets emotional at the end, but I feel like after the journey of the play that becomes easy. Really, it's just stepping out for the, pardon me, for the first time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the most nerve-wracking moment.
Yeah, I get that.
What about motherhood in general, the theme of, putting your career on the back burner for her having a child?
Yeah, especially in this line of work. It I think changes her whole perspective of war. But loving her child and thinking that she's meant to be a mother, but that she's also meant to be a pilot.
What about the balance? Because I sometimes joke, but I say when I leave work, then my real job begins, or my real full-time job begins. Once I leave the doors of the station and the studio. What about that balance?
Yeah, she works 7 days a week, a 12-hour shift, and then drives an hour to work and an hour home, where then you have to be a mother. So to have that kind of, there's no break, there's no rest, there's not a large transition time to kind of breathe and get some space. So
yeah, that's a long commute when you work those kind of hours.
Yeah.
Who is this show for?
This show is for everyone. It really is. I think it's a fascinating exploration of this woman's life, and I think it'll connect with mothers. I think it'll connect with young people. I think it connects with anyone who has anyone connected to the Army at all in their lives. I really think it's a show for everybody.
Love it.
Yeah, I think that's great too, and it's already kicked off. Grounded is running now through April 2nd, so for all of this month, but you have to catch it now while you can, because the Rep is hosting this great show called Grounded now through April 2nd. Do you say it's Steimke? Do you know?
Stiemke.
Steimke. Okay, there's a word I always mispronounce right there. The MilwaukeeRep.com is the website to visit for tickets, or you can call this phone number. It's 414-224-9490. You can also get tickets in person by visiting the ticket office, which is located on East Wells Street. Great
Do you
to
meet the
you.
cast or do you meet the audience afterward? Do you at all or no?
There's some talk back sometimes where I do, but I just
Great.
kind of scoot out.
So you got to yell, "Hey, Jessie!" at the end.
That's right.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
really
you.
nice to meet you.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
having me.
much.
You can hang out here for a second.